perceive no differences today. Let me perceive no differences today. Father, you have one Son. Father, you have one Son. And it is He that I would look upon, today. He is your one creation. He is your one creation. Why should I perceive 1,000 forms in what remains as one? Why should I give this one 1,000 names when only one suffices? For your Son must bear your name, for you created Him. Let me not see Him as a stranger to His Father, nor as a stranger to myself, For He is part of me and I of Him, and we are part of you who are. We are part of you who are our source, eternally united in your love. Eternally united in your love. Eternally the Holy Son of God. Let me perceive no differences today. Let me perceive no differences today. We who are one would recognize this day the truth about ourselves, We would come home and rest in unity, for there is peace and nowhere else can peace be sought and found. Let me perceive no differences today. Oh, let me perceive no differences today. Let me perceive no differences today. What's all that about? Well, he's wanting us to try to get a sense of recognizing that there's just one Son of God, and that everything that is, all your brothers and sisters, are the one creation of God, the oneness. Don't perceive them as different. Don't think of yourself as a body and them as a body separate from you. Maybe think of yourself more like that you're a cell and they're a cell, and together you're making the body of Christ. That'd be at perceiving no differences today. And I'll try not to hurry through the last part of the song like I did last night. Yesterday, I just had to, I looked up and I only had a minute and a half to sing a 3-minute song. I kind of butchered it. Anyway, sorry about that. We'll try to do better, not like that. I don't like to go over 30 minutes. I like to keep it in the 29-something odd seconds. 29 minutes and some odd seconds or less, but not over 30. So apologize for that. I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks here underneath my few walnut trees and a little walnut grove I have. And we're ready for lesson 262. Let me perceive no differences today. In A Course in Miracles, we're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles. Here for Friday, September the 19th, 2025. My dear mother's birthday, who she's gone on to left this world. And anyway, Jean Evelyn Perkins. Thank you, Mom, for having me. That was a good thing you did. Let me perceive no differences today. Father, you have one Son, and it is He that I would look upon today. He is your one creation. Why should I perceive 1,000 forms in what remains as one? You might think you're seeing 1,000 different persons, but they're all the Son of God, is what he's trying to get us to see. Don't see it different See them all this as your brothers and sisters, all in one or different cells in the body of God. Why should I give this one 1,000 names when only one suffices? For your son must bear your name, for you created him. Let me not see him as a stranger to his father, nor as stranger to myself. For he is part of me, and I of him. And we are part of you who are our source, eternally united in your love, eternally the Holy Son of God. We who are one would recognize this day the truth about ourselves. We would come home and rest in unity. We would come home and rest in unity. For there is peace, and nowhere else can peace be sought and found. And then back a page prior, what is the body? Our associated reading number 5 for these 10 lessons. What is the body? The body is the fence the Son of God imagines he has built to separate parts of himself from other parts, to see 1,000 forms of the one. It is within this fence he thinks he lives, to die as it decays and crumbles. Of course, the fence is the body. For within this fence he thinks that he is safe from love. Identifying with his safety, he regards himself as what his safety is. How else could he be certain he remains within the body, keeping love outside? In other words, I'm too vulnerable to be able to love my neighbor as myself, because that might take too much of my resources away from me. So I've got to protect this body, this fence I've made, to keep me safe from love. That's what he's saying is going on with the body identification, vulnerability thinking, the ego. The body will not stay, yet this it sees as double safety. For the Son of God's impermanence is proof his fences work and do the task his mind assigns to them. For if his oneness still remained untouched, who could attack and who could be attacked? Who could be victor? Who could be his prey? Who could be victim? Who the murderer? And if he did not die, what proof is there that God's eternal Son can be destroyed? We don't die. The body is a dream. Like other dreams, it sometimes seems to picture happiness, but can quite suddenly revert to fear, where every dream is born. For only love creates in truth, and truth can never fear. More made to be fearful must the body serve the purpose given it, but we can change the purpose that the body will obey by changing what we think that it is for. The body is the means by which God's Son returns to sanity. Though it was made to fence him into hell without escape, yet has the goal of heaven been exchanged for the pursuit of hell? Have you done that? Have you changed the pursuit of hell to the pursuit of heaven? The Son of God extends his hand to reach his brother and to help him walk along the road with him. Now is the body holy. Now it serves to heal the mind that it was made to kill. Reach your brother's hand. Head towards heaven, where we're all one. You will identify with what you think will make you safe, whatever it may be. You will believe that it is one with you. Your safety lies in truth, not in lies. Love is your safety. Fear does not exist. Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself. And of course, our lesson for today, that we're supposed to do 2 longer practice periods, morning and evening. Let me perceive no differences today. And then see the oneness with you and all your brothers. Don't see your body as a fence separating you from them. See the oneness. Ask God to help you see it during your hourly remembrances throughout the day. And those people that you've interacted with, think, okay, they're one with me. We're part of, I need to love them the way I'd love myself, because we are one. Okay, make sure you're at peace during those hourly check-ins, and find something to give God thanks for. Okay, let's go back and read the last section in chapter 28, The Undoing of Fear, Roman numeral 7, the Ark of Safety. God asks for nothing, and his Son, like him, need ask for nothing. Okay, again on that. God asks for nothing, and his Son, like him, need ask for nothing. For there is no lack in him. No lack in God, no lack in you. Everything you need will always be given to you. An empty space, a little gap, would be a lack. And it is only there that he could want for something he has lost. And it is only there that he could want for something he has not. A space where God is not, a gap between the Father and the Son is not the will of either, who have promised to be one. God's promise is a promise to himself, and there is no one who could be untrue to what he wills as part of what he is. The promise that there is no gap between himself and what he is cannot be false. What will can come between what must be one? What will can come between what must be one? What will can come between what must be one? And in whose wholeness there can be no gap. 2. The beautiful relationship you have with all your brothers is a part of you because it is part of God himself. Are you not sick if you deny yourself your wholeness and your health? The source of help, the call to healing and the call to heal? Your Savior waits for healing, and the world waits with him. Nor are you apart from it, for healing will be one or not at all. Its oneness being where the healing is. Wow. You want to be healed? See yourself as one with God and all your brothers. That's the road to healing. What could correct for separation but its opposite, unity? There is no middle ground in any aspect of salvation. You accept it wholly or accept it not. What is unseparated must be joined, and what is joined cannot be separate. Paragraph 3. Either there is a gap between you and your brother, or you are as one. There is no in-between, no other choice, and no allegiance to be split between the two. A split allegiance is but faithlessness to both, and merely sets you spinning round to grasp uncertainly at any straw that seems to hold some promise of relief. Yet who can build his home upon a straw and count on it as shelter from the wind? The body can be made a home like this. The body can be made a home like this because it lacks foundation in the truth. The body can be made a home like this because it lacks foundation in the truth. And yet, because it does, it can be seen as not your home, but merely as an aid to help you reach the home where God abides. A little tricky. Yet who can build his home upon a straw and count on it as shelter from the wind? The body can be made a home like this because it lacks foundation in the truth. So you can make the body a home, but it's going to be a home of a very vulnerable home, not fit for your true identity. And yet, because it does, it can be seen as not your home, but merely as an aid to help you reach the home where God abides, our true home, that place that transcends death, our reality. Paragraph 4. With this as purpose is the body healed. With this as purpose is the body healed. Okay, so using the body as an aid to reach your true home. And with this as purpose is the body healed. It is not used to witness to the dream of separation and disease, nor is it idly blamed for what it did not do. It serves to help the healing of God's Son, and for this purpose it cannot be sick. It will not join a purpose not your own, and you have chosen that it not be sick. All miracles are based upon this choice, and given you the instant it is made. No forms of sickness are immune because the choice cannot be made in terms of form. The choice of sickness seems to be of form, yet it is one, as is its opposite, and you are sick or well accordingly. Paragraph 5. But never you alone. You're sick or well accordingly. This world is but the dream that you can be alone and think without affecting those apart from you. This is a world of dreams where you think you can be alone and that you can have thoughts and actions and not affect those that are around you. Again on this. This world is but the dream that you can be alone and think without affecting those apart from you. To be alone must mean you are apart, and if you are, you cannot but be sick. This seems to prove that you must be apart. When you're sick, it proves that you are apart. Yet all it means is that you tried to keep a promise to be true to faithlessness. Yet faithlessness is sickness. It is like the house set on straw. It seems to be quite solid and substantial in itself, yet its stability cannot be judged apart from its foundation. If it rests on straw, there is no need to bar the door and lock the windows and make fast the bolts. The wind will topple it. The wind will topple it, and rain will come and carry it into oblivion. 6. What is the sense in seeking to be safe in what was made for danger and for fear? Why burden it with further locks and chains and heavy anchors, when its weakness lies not in itself, but in the frailty of the little gap of nothingness whereon it stands? The little gap of nothingness, the apparent distance between your body and your brother's body, the separating space between the two. Let me read it again, paragraph 6. What is the sense in seeking to be safe in what was made for danger and for fear? Why burden it with further locks and chains and heavy anchors, when its weakness lies not in itself, but in the frailty of the little gap of nothingness whereon it stands? What can be safe that rests upon a shadow? Would you build your home upon what will collapse beneath a feather's weight? And the last paragraph, 7, finish this chapter. Your home is built upon your brother's health, upon his happiness, his sinlessness, and everything his father promised him. Catch this, you want health? Your home is built upon your brother's health. Your home is built upon your brother's health, upon his happiness, his sinlessness, and everything his father promised him. No secret promise you have made, instead, has shaken the foundation of his home. The winds will blow upon it and the rain will beat against it, but with no effect. The world will wash away, and yet this house will stand forever. For its strength lies not within itself alone. It is an ark of safety, resting on God's promise that his Son is safe forever in himself. What gap can interpose itself between the safety of his shelter and its source? What gap can interpose itself between the safety of this shelter and its source? From here the body can be seen as what it is, and neither less nor more in worth than the extent to which it can be used to liberate God's Son unto his home. And with this holy purpose for the body, to liberate the Son. In other words, you see the apparent vulnerability, but you realize that, okay, that's a dream. I'm going to use this as a teaching aid to reach my true home. That's the purpose of the body. For here the body can be seen as what it is, and neither less nor more in worth than the extent to which it can be used to liberate God's Son unto his home. And with this holy purpose is it made a home of holiness a little while, because it shares your Father's will with you. Okay. Well, let's go take a look now at what's going on around the world as far as holidays and observances are concerned. And be sure to keep with you all day today. What? Let me perceive that I'm united with all my brothers, one in God's body, one in His being. Let me perceive no differences today. Okay, let's see. Like I said, it's my mom's birthday, and I was talking to her earlier, and I said, "Mom, happy birthday." She said, "Boy, I sure don't want to come back to that world. I'm loving being at home." Trayodashi, Shraddha, and Magha Shraddha, which are Hindu celebrations remembering and honoring your ancestors, those that have crossed over. So, like my mom and my dad, Samuel Genoa Perkins and Jean Evelyn Perkins. So, Trayodashi Shraddha and Magha Shraddha. And that's Magha spelled with an M-A-G-H-A. Higan-e, Higan-e. It's a Mahayana Buddhist celebration where it's about reaching enlightenment, the 6 principles to reach enlightenment: giving, precepts, perseverance, diligence, meditation, and wisdom. And then also another Buddhist holiday going on today is the Avaloiteshvara, Renunciation. Some Buddhists celebrate it. And I'll put the proper spelling in the description below if you want to check in them a little closer. Global Be Responsible Day. These I found on holidays and observances. Global Be Responsible Day. And I always think of responsibility as another word for opportunity. You know, you think you're responsible, but really it's an opportunity to serve. International Grenache Day, which is a French wine grape. Talk Like a Pirate Day. Concussion Awareness Day. POWMIA Recognition Day. And Tradesman Day. And then out of edible landscaping, what did I do with my, oh, here it is. Edible landscaping, we've got the Lear Cranberry, which is a vaccinium, same as a blueberry, vaccinium. Macrocarpon is a species. And it says of the Lear Cranberry, a wild clone from Wisconsin, early ripening, large to medium bright red fruit, very productive, native, space 1-foot circles. Clay soil should have about 80% moist peat worked into the top 4 inches of soil. That's a lot of peat. I mean, we need a lot of organic matter for cranberries. Mulch 1 to 2 inches above that, with aged mulch for all cranberry varieties. Space 3, or zones 3 through 7. Space in 1-foot circles, but it zones 3 through 7. And our word for peace today, we're going to take it from our Swiss folks, which basically is a type of German, Swiss German. And, they're in Central Europe and the Alps. The main rivers are the Rhine, is that A-A-R-E, is that Air? The Rius, or the Russ, and the Rhone rivers of the Alps. Anyway, Switzerland's word for peace, or Swiss word for peace, is the same as German. Frieden. Frieden be with you. Okay, well, let's, and I think we can close without racing through our song today, which is what I always like to do. Yesterday, I should have just sang just the title when I was real late, because that's really the part you want. You want to kind of have the song, let me perceive no differences today. That'd be today's. Let me perceive no perceive no differences today. Father, you have one Son. Father, you have one Son. And it is He that I would look upon today. And it is He that I would look upon today. He is your one creation. He is your one creation. Why should I perceive 1,000 forms in what remains as one? Why should I give this one 1,000 names when only one suffices? For your Son must bear your name, for you created Him. Let me not see Him as a stranger to His Father, nor as a stranger to myself, nor as a stranger to myself. For He is part of me and I of Him, and we are part of you. We are part of you who are our source, eternally united in your love, eternally holy, holy Son of God. For He is part of me and I of Him, for He is part of me and I of Him, and we are part of you who are our source, eternally united in your love, eternally the Holy Son of God. Let me perceive no differences today. Oh, let me perceive no differences today. We who are one would recognize this day the truth about ourselves. We would come home and rest in unity. For there is peace and nowhere else can peace be sought and found. Let me perceive no differences today. Let me perceive no differences today. Let me perceive no differences today. And you know, whenever I sit over here by these walnut trees, just with the branches and the leaves and the green, it always reminds me of sitting in the Garden of Eden. Anyway, I want to see the whole world as the Garden of Eden. And I think as time goes on, people are going to wake up to the beauty of nature, and we're going to make just that as create the garden instead of it being a hospital for pain. Of course, a hospital's good too. We got to go get healed before we can turn it into a garden, huh? Let me perceive no differences today. See yourself as part of the body of Christ, the body of God, the one whole, complete Son of God. Let me perceive no differences today. And as they say in the Alps of Switzerland, Frieden. Frieden be with you. Peace be with you. Let me perceive no differences today. Frieden.